Hey guys, welcome back to the TheConnoisseur Reviews. I had a chance to watch Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker today. It premiered today. It's one of the most talked about movies of the year, probably one of the most talked about movies of the decade, because we got Star Wars in 2015 and this is finally going to conclude that set of trilogies that started 4 years ago. And I'm going to tell you this. This is a crowd pleaser. I feel like most people are going to go into this movie and leave pleasantly happy. There are a lot of great moments in this movie that are quintessential Star Wars, that are crowd-pleasing moments, great battle sequences, great use of music. The John Williams score is just excellent. It's great. There's so much to love about this movie. The characters are all great. There's so much redemption and there's so much story and plot, which is probably the biggest hindrance of the film. I feel like this could have been potentially two movies that were pieced together into one movie. And the pacing's a little fast, but I think that helped with the movie feeling a lot quicker than it was. However, my biggest gripe is that this movie is super pandering, guys. If you are going into this movie thinking you're going to get something new, something fresh, something you've never seen before in Star Wars, don't expect that. This is kind of like Return of the Jedi 2.0, kind of like how Force Awakens was A New Hope 2.0, but this one is more so in your face with a pandering. Emperor Palpatine's back in this movie. Spoiler alert, but that's in the trailers. There's locations that they go that's like, hey, look where we're at. You remember these from the other movies? You guys enjoyed this. And I feel like this movie was trying so hard to course correct what The Last Jedi did for fans, where I think they scrambled to try to redeem themselves, which they didn't have to. I think The Last Jedi captured quintessentially what Star Wars is, that anyone can be a Jedi. I think Rian Johnson did a great job of deconstructing it. Was it the best movie possible? No, it was a solid, good, entertaining movie. But this one, it was just trying to counteract everything that they kind of set up in the last movie, and then some more. And didn't give you quite a satisfying payoff. There was just so many moments of logical gaps. I was like, but you set up this in that last movie and now you're just gonna like either ignore it or try to rewrite it so much that it didn't happen. Like, it's just ridiculous to that point. I'm not gonna say here and just berate this movie, because this has so many moments that I liked. There were so many things that were just enjoyable that I liked, that got a pop from me, like, returning characters, returning movie, returning spots. It was just kind of cool. And I like when filmmakers can take you on a nostalgia trip, but just to be so in your face, it was just kind of obnoxious to the point where I was like rolling my eyes every time something that was familiar was just brought back up again. And hear me out. This movie, it kind of, how The Last Jedi was set up to where anyone can be a Jedi, kind of retroacting what George Lucas had done to where only special beings can be a Jedi. This movie kind of retroacts that to where, yes, you have to be special to be a Jedi. And that kind of like disheartened me a lot, because I was like, but you kind of set this up with this really cool story and you guys were going in a cool direction and you just kind of didn't go. And I'm not saying which way it did go was bad, but I was just saying it was kind of unearned, because there's moments in this movie that just felt unearned. And then you could tell that Leia was supposed to play an incredible, important role in this film, and God rest Carrie Fisher's soul, but they forced her into this movie, and the scenes with her felt kind of awkward. And, they were just trying to create dialogue, and that wasn't there, and it just felt kind of hollow and empty and kind of sad in not a good way. It was just such a weird experience. Overall, this movie did release a lot of serotonin for me in that part of my brain that gives you pleasure, because I did have a lot of fun with it. But at the same time, the logical side of my brain was just like, why did you go into these directions that were unearned, that were contradicting not things just in this trilogy, but that go far beyond into the rest of the saga and the rest of the world building, I just couldn't understand why they did that. But it's well worth it. It finishes off this new set of trilogies in a crowd pleasing manner. It's just I just wish they had gone a different way. And I'm not one of those people that are like, anything that they do, they're damned if they don't, or they're damned if they do, if they try to be risky. I like the risk and I like the nostalgia. I wish they found a perfect balance without it being so blatantly pandering one way or trying to strip Star Wars from Star Wars. But I think, I don't know. It's a good movie. Go watch it. You'll have a good time. Just, if you were expecting something different from Star Wars, you're not going to get it. And if you're expecting a lot of familiarity, you're going to get it, but at the same time, it's just going to be been there, done that kind of situation. But at the end of the day, I can't give myself anything higher than a 3.5. So that's what I'm going to go with, 3.5 out of 5. It's a fun, entertaining movie. While you're watching, you're probably not going to think too much about it, but once you start deconstructing the plot and start logic, everything, you're going to be very frustrated like I was. But let me know if you've seen the movie. Let me know what your thoughts are. Write in the comments below. Just be civilized, guys. I don't know if this ended on a high note for this new set of trilogies. This is probably my least favorite of the Star Wars movies since Attack of the Clones and Phantom Menace. So there you go, guys. I'll probably do a ranking list later, so look up for that. And as always, follow me on my various social media sites at AwesomeOnTheK or on my Tumblr at TheConnoisseur Reviews. Alright, guys. Good G.